Hey dreamers, this is Jade. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. I am here because I wanted to go through the journal that I used last year in 2024. I did not complete this journal, but I wanted to share with you all of my entries up through June. I think that's the last time I was in it, and I got so far behind I just gave up. And I'm okay with that. So yeah, anyway, I have it housed in this A6 Hobonichi cover of One Piece Luffy. I wasn't going to get this at first because the color was yellow and it's so bright. I just thought it would get on my nerves, but I actually really ended up enjoying this cover. So I did love that. It's A6 size, as I said, and then the journal I use is the A6 size Hobonichi notebook. So I didn't use like one of the planners or the Avex or anything like that. This is just the plain yellow A6 notebook. Anyway, I did the cover here. I do have a video on that. I'll pop it up in the cards if anybody wants to see how I decorated the cover. And yeah, let's get into it. So I just put a little vellum on here and then kind of did this intro page here. And then here, just wrote no goals, just vibes, which is what I set out to do with this journal. I just wanted to get in here and create and whatnot. So yeah, anyway, this is January. And I had started doing it then and now. This was like maybe the second or third year. And I put this stuff in here and I did not complete the second part because I did not complete the journal. So yeah. And this was the vision board I had created at some point in the year. And I just made a copy of it and put it here. So, on the first, I was recounting a few milestones that had come across. I think it had been like a while since I had to go into the hospital and stuff like that. And then also I had started a tarot journal in 2024, and that didn't last long. It only lasted through April. But the first card that I pulled was the Fools from the Supernatural deck. I was using that deck. I love it. It's so cute. So yeah, I wanted to make note of that. And then also I had been watching the show Black Cake on Hulu. Then there is a book for this. I haven't read it yet. I don't know that I ever will, but possibly. So, but if you're interested, the show was good. I enjoyed the show. If you're interested in the show, it is on Hulu. And here was some family drama news. I don't even want to get into it. So yeah, we're going to continue on. I did also do a little bit of shopping. I needed some sports bras. So I picked some up at a reasonable price from Sam's, I think it was. And they also had Wildfire in there. So I grabbed both of those. I have since read Wildfire. It was just okay for me. And yeah. So moving on. And then the fourth was the infamous Cat Williams interview on Club Shay Shay, and it was very profound and everything like that. And I'm like, nobody please interview Cat Williams in 2025 because we got enough chaos going on. Because when I tell you chaos ensued after that interview, but he was dropping gems and the stuff that he was saying, it was like coming to fruition, and I was like, that is crazy. But anyway, it was a great interview. It's long but worth watching. So yeah, and then I just highlighted some of the quotes that I liked a lot from his interview. So I did want to make note of that because it really just, it was like a bomb set off last year. So yeah, and everything just kind of went crazy afterward. Anyway, this is me on the 7th. I think I was just kind of playing around and setting up my tarot journal, so I wanted to make note of that. And on this day, the 11th, looks like I had done a little shopping, and it was new moon Capricorn. This day on the 13th, I had gone to Ollie's. And I was just taking pictures and stuff. So here is just me on my journey trying to make sure I take pictures for my photo a day journal. And I think out of all the stuff in these pictures, I did pick up this sticker book. So yeah. And then also I finished the One Piece anime, what was available on Netflix. Because I had started watching it on Netflix. So I finished what was available on Netflix. And I think that was up through like 516 episodes. But it was pre-time skip. And so I did watch that, and I loved that and enjoyed that, but I knew there was more episodes after that. So but I watched what was available on Netflix. Anyway, on the next day, not the next day, the 15th, I got my new ceiling fan installed. I loved my old ceiling fan because it just looked so vintage and regal, and I never wanted to replace it, but I had to for some reason. I can't remember what it was, but I think I may have broken off something. And yeah, so I ended up having to get a new ceiling fan. And this one's just kind of a plain Jane, but hey, it works. It does the job. So yeah. So on the 17th, it was my birthday, so I just wanted to make note of that. And it's tradition now for me to watch my favorite movie, King Arthur, Legend of the Sword, on my birthday. So I definitely wanted to make note of all of that. And then on the 18th, I had gotten some distress inks from Michaels. I plan on using those in making my reading journal for the year of 2024, which I did use. I used both of these colors and some other colors I had in my stash, if I'm not mistaken. And here, I also had my Soul Mission Entrepreneur Part 1 workshop. I really enjoyed this girl named the Spirit Doula. She now goes by Professor Melanie, but you could probably look her up on either name. But she does a lot of different like classes and stuff like that. So I did sign up for this and I really enjoyed that. So yeah, moving on. And then the 20th, first of all, this is the day that I actually decorated my cover. So I wanted to make note of that. And then I had a happy belated birthday card that came in the mail from my little sister, and I just made a little copy of it because I thought it was so cute. Look how cute that is. And then like I made a copy of the whole thing. I just made it like a card. So, and then stuck it in here. And then she sent a little picture of my, I'm not sure if you can see that, yeah, of my pup niece along, and she is freaking adorable. So I had to put that in here as well. And yeah, and I was watching Fool Me Once, which is another of the Harlan Coben shows on Netflix. And as I'm watching, I'm like, this seems familiar. I had read the book. So it was good, and I still enjoyed it. I knew who did it. I knew what was going to happen, but still really enjoyed the show. So yeah. And here I think I was making note of. I started the One Piece watch party with my little sister. My obsession with One Piece, I had to share it with somebody, so I got my little sister to watch it with me, and we would just watch it and talk about it over text and stuff like that. And so that was fun. And of course, we didn't watch the whole thing in one night, so we're piecing it together whenever we have time to watch it together. And this day, it looks like I had to go to some kind of appointment, just from the sticker alone here. And then I got my labs done, yada, 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 etc., etc. And then I went to Target early, it looks like here, for some reason. And I can't remember what it was, but I had a pickup order that I had to grab. So anyway, yeah, got that done. And then moving on, I just split these days up. So this was like Wednesday, Thursday, Monday. Wednesday, it looks like I was doing some heavy dreaming or something. Thursday, I had another dizzy spell. I sometimes get these dizzy spells where it makes me so dizzy that I am like, I feel like I have to vomit. I know this is way too much information, but I feel like I have to simultaneously vomit and poop, and it's just it's not fun. Okay, so yeah, that sucked. And then Monday, I think I was having another dream. I do believe I remember dreaming about a dragon at some point, so this is probably why this picture is here. And then I really love this sticker here. So yeah, anyway, that's what was going on those days. I split them up, and here we come to my January favorites, and I'm gonna go through these real quick. So the shows I wanted to highlight that I loved the best was Black Cake, One Piece anime, King Arthur, One Piece live action, and Fool Me Once. And then my entire watch list was Black Cake, The Equalizer, Berlin, First Wives Club. That was good. That was funny to me. One Piece 3D 2Y, which is a One Piece anime movie, and it goes along with what you need. You watch this before the time skip, so yeah. And then Legend of the Sword, my favorite movie, One Piece, the live action, American Nightmare, Fool Me Once, Murder at the End of the World. That was pretty good. I must have watched One Piece twice. Yeah, probably I watched it on my own, and then I watched it, me watching it with my sister or somebody, I don't know. And then Boy Swallows Universe, Tarzan, and Detective Force. Now here where it says Tarzan, I don't know if it was the actual animated version or the live action. Of all the Disney live action movies, the Tarzan one is probably my favorite, so I do watch it. But I feel like I would have put The Legend of Tarzan if that was the one that I watched, because I do remember, because I never watched the Disney just regular animated Tarzan. And I know at some point I was like, I'm gonna need to watch this, and I did watch it, but I don't know if it was this year or some other year, so it could be one or the other. Anyway, on repeat I had Made for Me by Money Long. That song just kind of took over the world for a little bit. And Back Pocket by Wolfpack, Books Read, Crystal Destiny by Christina Blair, One Piece Omnibus Volume 1 by Ichiro Oda, The Woman in Me, Britney Spears, Her Grumpy Neighbor by Eve Pendle, and The Landauer Legacy by Victoria Holt. So that's my favorites for January. And some memes I had collected over the month were Mark Say from Cat Williams Today, Texting in the 90s, This Was the Best Form of Communication, How to Politely Tell Someone They Are Stupid, Wisdom Has Been Chasing You, But You Have Always Been Faster. And this one just says, I'm a Capricorn, I want friends, but I don't like people at all. And here we go into my February entries. Early in February, I had an MRI on, I do believe it was my liver. They were checking my something levels, iron levels. So yeah. And I think I ended up having to stay on the medication they wanted me to stay on. So I'm actually going to have it rechecked in March. And I should be coming off of that medication soon. So hopefully, fingers crossed. And then my JetPens order came that day. And I like to, I did save the cartoon that they sent and put it in here. And yeah, I just like that way that looks. And so on the 7th, I think this is my follow-up appointment. Yeah, this is my follow-up appointment about my iron and all that kind of stuff. So I did go there, and I stopped by somewhere and got some Burt's Bees hand salve because I have been having trouble with my hands. They have been peeling, and then they've been super dry. And I'm having the same issue this year. But the Burt's Bees, I didn't really like it that much. It just basically made my hands greasy. But what I have been doing is using my African net sponge and cleaning my hands off that way. But it's like the peeling comes back in like 3 days or so, and I have to do it all over again. So I don't know what's going on with that. If anybody has any suggestions about why my hands are doing that, please let me know and what I can do to fix it. I would appreciate it. Anyway, on the 8th, I had a soul mission. It was like a follow-up. It was from the workshop, but it was like a one-on-one type of situation. So yeah, I had that. I had a meeting, I guess I should say. Anyway, and it looks like from the thing that I washed my hair. So on the 10th, which is my brother's actual birthday, I just wanted to make note of Chinese New Year. And here is that. So I just have a little information about Chinese New Year because it was the year of the dragon last year. And going through this, I found out that my sister is actually a dragon year. I was like, of course you would get the nice, cool animal, whatever. Whereas I got something like I think it's the cock or the rooster, whatever. But then the next day is when we celebrated my brother's birthday. So that's him showing off his new sneakers here. And then it was also the Super Bowl 58. And I'm like, I'm only here for Usher Raymond IV because I couldn't care less about anything else about the Super Bowl. Just like this year, I don't care about the actual Super Bowl. Just Kendrick Lamar, I will be there. I will see you at the halftime show. And that's it. So yeah, anyway, moving on, the 25th is just me, 14th and the 25th. I just spread this across because I'm pretty sure I had this insomnia both of these days. And so this day, it looks like I just ended up staying up and watching my favorite movie to see if I would end up getting sleepy and being able to go to sleep, I should say. So yeah, and then on the 25th, I probably just stayed up. Yeah, I finished both of these because I was reading that time I got drunk and saved the demon, and I was watching House of Ninjas. So I finished both of these because I could not go to sleep. And it looks like I was watching One Piece again. Now I'm not sure if this is when I started, or if I was still watching with my sister, or if I had started watching with my friends at this point. I'm not sure. So yeah, but it is a staple February faves, of course. Legend of the Sword, it is my favorite movie. It is my comfort movie. One Piece, kind of the same, you know. It's like one of my favorite shows now. It's my comfort show. I will go to it if there's nothing else to watch, and I just want a good time. And then me and my mom ended up watching Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning, entire watch list was Alexander the Great. That was good, informative. After Party, One Piece, The Roman Empire, Reign of Blood. Listen, Roman Empire and Empire Games, I watched those. I think that Empire Games might be another month that I watched it, but close together. Listen, I would never have wanted to be an emperor or part of the emperor's family or anything like send me, exile me to Capri, because I ain't got time for it. Because if you are an emperor or part of like the family, you're on the chopping block, okay? You got 30 minutes, because you got 30 minutes because they coming for you, okay? They do not care. The people be wanting power, and they like it's like you become an emperor and you next up to die, because people gonna take you out. They plotting immediately to take you out, and I can't live that kind of life. That's stressful, okay? That's stressful. I can't do that. So just nix me. I'm not a part of this family no more, okay? Anyway, so yeah, King Arthur, Legend of the Sword, One Piece, Avatar: The Last Airbender, the cartoon that used to air on Nickelodeon. I watched that because I heard they were coming out with a live action, and I wanted to watch the cartoon first. So Mission Impossible, Dead Reckoning, House of Ninjas, One Day. I don't get the hype about One Day. I never saw the movie, and I watched the series, and it was just, it was okay. It was kind of boring, if I'm being honest. And then Lover, Stalker, Killer, that was crazy. And then the movie One Piece Strong World, that was so good. So yeah, anyway, my favorite song for the month, or one of the ones I had on repeat, which actually ended up being my #1 song of the year on my Spotify Wrapped, was Aquila, Bloom by Aquila. And then Jonas Brothers, I do believe it made top 5. Not sure what the order was or whatever, but that as well. And then my book list for the month was Seduce Me at Sunrise by Lisa Kleypas, Rotten Ruin, Jonathan Mayberry, Defiant Heart by Brighton Walsh, Covet by J.R. Ward, and Replay Amy Dolls, And That Time I Got Drunk and Saved a Demon by Kimberly Lemming. And I actually just finished, I think it's the last one in this series, called That Time I Got Drunk and Saved a Human. And it was so good. Her books are so cute and so good. So yeah, looking forward to reading more from her. And now we go into March. And this was the day I went back to the library for the first time in years, inspired by Michael the Librarian. He used to be on TikTok and talk about being a librarian and stuff like that. And I think he got ran off of TikTok just with some negative energy and stuff like that. So I kind of miss him on TikTok. So boo to whoever it was that ran him off of TikTok. I'm a little pissed about that. But anyway, I did go back to the library for the first time. My library, actually, I used to go to all the time when I was a teenager, especially when I was able to start driving myself. I would go there, I would get a stack of books, and I'd read them over a course of a week or two, and I'd go back, return them, and then do the same thing over and over again, especially during the summer. So yeah, I used to love going to my local library. They have since changed the building of it, so it's in this new building. I had been to the new building, had a membership to the new building, but it had been years, so they took me out of the system. I had to get an all new membership, everything like that. Since I have been I have checked out these books, but since I've been using Libby and Hoopla a lot, so still using the library, but I hadn't been back to get books, except for I did go sometime this past January, to get some books. So yeah, anyway, I do still use the library a lot, especially Libby and Hoopla. And yeah, just make use of your library, okay? It's a great third space. And then here it looks like I was having some stomach cramps. I know I was on the phone I had a conversation with my best friend here. And then watching The Last Airbender, Avatar: The Last Airbender, the live action finally came out. So I did watch that. And here it looks like I went to the vote. And then I ended up watching The Devil at the Crossroads, which is about Robert Jordan, who they believe is very talented. Not blues. I can't remember his genre of music. It might be blues. I don't know. But there's this, they say that he made a deal with the devil. And the first time I think I ever really heard about this was watching an episode of Supernatural. And so I was like, wait, what? And so I started digging into this information and stuff like that, and I was so fascinated by it. So when I saw that they had this like documentary about it, I definitely had to watch it. And I probably want to go back and watch it again and like make notes of this in my commonplace book. So yeah, anyway, had some dreams here, which is recorded here. I won't be pulling that out. And then The Gentleman, the show started, still headed by Guy Ritchie. So yeah, definitely watched that, loved it. And then here, spring forward, the time changed. So yeah, we're getting into better weather, better timing. The sun's out better. You know, it doesn't get dark as fast here. And so, and this was the day that I actually made that vision board. So I wanted to make note of that. That was the 15th. And the freakiest thing I've noticed was when I was going through my one line a day journal and adding the entry to my one line a day journal, the past 3 years in a row, I have made a vision board on the exact same day. Now, it's totally by chance, by happenstance, because when I make a vision board, I don't plan it or anything. Like, I just get the inspiration to do it, and I do it. And in the last 3 years, I realized it has been done on the exact same day, which is crazy to me. So, but anyway, I wanted to make note of that. And then here, I got my cover from Chic Sparrow. It's Giving Spring. Loved it. I watched the Freaknik documentary. It was okay. It wasn't that great. I thought it was going to be better than it was. Let's put it that way. And here I was having issues. I think it was some missing mail I had or whatever. And I finally got tired of fighting it. So I was just like, listen, y'all got it. Y'all got it. Talking to like my spirit team. And no sooner than I let it go, it was like 15 minutes later, my package was being delivered. It had been days. But anyway, moving on, and so my March favorites, we have Devil at the Crossroads, The Gentleman, and Damsel. I actually really enjoyed this. People were griping about this movie. I don't know why. Ended up watching Age of Samurai, Avatar, The Last Airbender, Devil at the Crossroads, Empire Games. That's the other one that was just, no, take me out of the game, coach. The Gentleman, The Program, Damsel, The Octopus Murders, Love is Blind, Rurouni Kenshin. Love the Rurouni Kenshin movies, and I just saw that they added the anime to Netflix, so I'll probably have to end up watching that soon. So, and then Love is Blind, and then Rurouni Kenshin, the prequel, I think. And it's Can I Tell You a Secret? That was crazy. Freaknik documentary, Apples Never Fall. I was disappointed in the way this one ended. And then Rurouni Kenshin 1. And then The Angry Black Girl and Her Monster. I had been wanting to watch that. I finally was able to. And kind of disappointed in that one as well. So, yeah. Anyway. These were the songs I was listening to on repeat. This one is Abracadabra. And it has Craig David. And I forget the other child's name. I cannot remember. And I was listening to the song by James Arthur as well. I don't remember the name. I just don't remember the name. Book list for the month of March was Dust in the Cave by Jonathan Mayberry. That's the second in the Rotten Rune series. 7 Days in June by Tia Williams. This was not what I was expecting, so I was a little disappointed in this book as well. It was okay. It wasn't bad or anything like that. It just wasn't what I had in my mind, what I thought. So let's just say user error. If maybe I didn't have any expectations, I might have liked it better. But anyway, Book Lovers by Emily Henry, love that. Crave by J.R. Ward. The Last Kingdom by Bernard Cornwell. Only for the Weak, Natasha Bishop. And The Match by Harlan Coben. And then the memes I collected, and it says, as a kid, I used to watch The Wizard of Oz and wonder how someone could talk if they didn't have a brain. Then I got social media. Ain't that the truth? And then I did this one by Dreamy Moons, and it says, be patient with yourself and others. And now we're getting into April entries. And I had started, first of all, I ordered some stuff by Level Mail, so that came, I think it was these stamps here. And so I got that, and I had been rewatching Spartacus in an effort to be caught up and remember what happened, because they were supposed to be releasing a show called House of Asher, which is one of the characters from the Spartacus series. I still have not seen anything about it. Like, it hasn't been released. I thought it was going to be released soon after I was watching this or something. So yeah, I have to look it up and see where they are in the process. So yeah, rewatching that. And then here I just recorded this quote by Jennifer Lewis because I love it, and it's great. Jennifer Lewis, she is the grandmother on Blackish. She played Dean Davenport on A Different World, and one of Will Smith's aunts in The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, and she's been in a myriad of other stuff. I love this woman. And the quote was, "You sit in shit too long, it stops smelling, so come the fuck out of there." Loved it. Princess in Theory, I was reading, and just continuing with Spartacus this day. So, and on this day, listen, One Piece. I'm watching some more One Piece here, and this was the 5th, and the 6th is my little sister's birthday, so we were chatting with her, and I was taking pictures, and I got this picture of her and the dog, and look how cute they are. So just wanted to make note of that. And then again, back at the library, I do believe I was returning the books that I picked up. So yeah. And then I had started watching The Twilight Zone. This was inspired by TikTok, because there was this creator that would get on and like summarize the episodes, and she is hilarious. And I was like, okay, I need to start watching this show. And you know, I never finished, so I need to pick it back up. I think I ended off somewhere in the 4th season, so I do need to pick it back up and finish. And then the 10th is my mom's birthday. And so she was flying off to go see my sister, and they were going to go on vacation together since their birthdays are so close together. So I did do a very small thing for her when she was here, while she was still here, and then took her to the airport and ended up watching King Arthur again that night. And I do believe it is, yeah, it's Charlie Hunnam's birthday as well. So yeah. So that's how I celebrated my mom's birthday. And then this is them on vacation, having all the fun. The beach, my mom loves the beach, so that was great. And then here on the 17th, I got a new desk chair. I was having some hip trouble, and it was not something unfamiliar to me. It was something I had felt before, and usually when I do feel it, it resolves itself. But that didn't happen. It was still persisting, and now that I know it is actually something much more severe than what I thought. But I thought it could have been my desk chair, so I was like, okay, let me just get a new desk chair. And yeah, that wasn't it. So, and then I was watching season 2 of Heartbreak High, and I just love this show so much. And it reminds me of that, of course, I cannot remember the name of it right now, but it reminds me of that show on HBO that they ended up canceling, that everybody loved this show, and they canceled it after the 1st season. I have no idea why, but it was so good. But it reminds me of that a lot. So really enjoyed that. And then on the 25th, I had to start dealing with my car, because the lease was going to come up in the next month or 2. So I wanted to go around to see if I could get pre-approval for my loan and whatever, and I did. And then I had a thing with Sister Myra Moss. Like she was doing like a YouTube energy read or something like that. I can't remember exactly what it was, but yeah, I love her. So when she's up there, I like to see her. And then actually she has something going on tonight. This is the 23rd, where she's going to break down the Super Bowl and the symbolism and the energy and all that kind of stuff. And I cannot wait, because she's done it before. I just love her breakdowns and stuff. So yeah, definitely looking forward to that. And this is my April favorites. So of course we got One Piece live action, and then we have Heartbreak High season 2, and then I watched Baby Reindeer as well, and that was freaking crazy. So my entire watch list was Shogun, One Piece, Spartacus, King Arthur Legend of the Sword, Painkiller, Files of the Unexplained, Heartbreak High, Baby Reindeer, The Curious Case of Natalia Grace. I actually think there is more to this story now that I need to catch up on. What Jennifer did, I think it's another season or something. What Jennifer Did, The Antisocial Network, and I Woke Up a Vampire season 2. And then April was pretty much, as far as music, it was dedicated to Beyonce and Cowboy Carter, because that one actually took the world by storm as well. I saw so many TikToks about this. And I just love the music. Especially, there's a sweet spot for me. I think it's once we hit Levi's Jeans, like Levi's Jeans on down. Now, don't get me wrong, I love the entire album, but it's something about Levi's Jeans on down to the rest of the album that just really do it for me. So yeah, love that. Was loving this album. And then the books read in April: A Princess in Theory, Alyssa Cole, One Piece Omnibus, Volume 2. Yeah. And then the guest list: Lucy Foley, Tempt Me at Twilight, Lisa Kleypas, Happy Place, Henry, Bloodmark, Tracy Dion. It was so good. I did pre-order the 3rd book in this series, and I cannot wait for it. And then Paranoid, Lisa Jackson, and the Hunting Party by Lisa Foley. I enjoyed both of those Lisa Foley books. She just does atmosphere so well. So yeah, and then the meme for the month of April: your purpose is not the thing you do, it is the thing that happens in others when you do what you do. And I really enjoyed that. So going into May entries, and we're getting closer. Looks like I had another hematology appointment, and then afterward I went to Walmart. I was looking for a massage gun, hoping if I did that in my hip it would help. But then also I went looking for a specific book and I couldn't find it. So I think it was Daisy Hates. No, I don't know what I was looking for, honestly. And I saw this, Fake It Till You Make It. I have since read this book, and it started off okay, and then it just kind of devolved for me, so it was not worth picking that up for me. You might like it, but anyway. And then the 5th, I just wanted to record it because that's when all that stuff between Drake and Kendrick Lamar was going down, especially on TikTok, and I was enjoying it, and all the breakdowns and what led to what and yada yada yada. I was here for it, okay. But it was like, what is happening here? What is actually going on? So yeah, that was very interesting over that thing. And then I was looking for some of the pretzels that my mom really liked for Mother's Day, and I was going all around to all these little different boutique stores looking for it, and one of them had this free, what do you call this thing, postcard. So I did pick this up, and I ended up making a smaller copy of it and putting it in here. I have since put the actual copy in my A5 journal that I use for like overflow and stuff like that. So yeah, that's basically what was going on this day. And then, oh, okay, I need to tape those together better. Anyway, the next day, the 7th, was jazz band. Excuse me, my snooker was in jazz band. And I like jazz band because I feel like the music is better and it's quicker. So yeah, anyway, enjoyed that. And then on the 8th, something with the car, getting it together, whatever. And then there was also the total solar eclipse of the sun, so I wanted to make note of that. And then today I had went to Kiefer Landscaping to get a gift card for my mom for Mother's Day. And then on the 12th was Mother's Day, so I just wanted to make note of that as well. Just did it together. And then this day I was getting my hair done by my stylist, and the area she's in, it has a BJ's like right there. So I ended up going to BJ's before my hair appointment, ended up getting Just for the Summer by Abby Jimenez, and then my hair appointment, which was great. I actually need to make a new appointment with her because it's time to get my ends cut, and I don't be messing around with scissors in my hair, and I don't let just anybody cut my hair. So yeah, I need to get that done. So that's what was happening that day. And then on the 23rd, again, the snooker with a band concert, and this is just the program, so I just made a small copy of that. Well, I made a copy of it and made it small. So yeah, and took a little pictures and stuff like that. So I just want to make note of that. And then on this day, I finally decided to build this shelf I had gotten from Michael's, and it had been sitting there forever. So I finally was just like, okay, today is the day I put this thing together. And so I did. And then I also started watching, this is my first K-drama, official K-drama that I say. I know I've watched Korean dramas before, but this is the first time I purposely started watching, well, second, this is the first one I purposely watched as far as like the intentionally looking for like the romantic swoony type of K-dramas. And it was Destined With You. Loved it so much. And so yeah, and then here I went out in search of something today, but I didn't get what I was searching for, but I did find some books, which is always a good thing for me. So I ended up buying Bride by Ali Hazelwood, Delicious Monsters by LaSalle Sandberry, Magnolia Parks by Jessa Hastings, Magnolia Parks Into the Dark by Jessa Hastings, and Wolf Song by TJ Klune. I have since read Bride, Magnolia Parks, and Wolf Song. Liked Bride, loved Wolf Song. That was my favorite book of the year last year. And I can't get with the Magnolia Park series. I didn't like Magnolia or the other girl was Daisy. I don't like either one of them. So that after Daisy Hates, I will not be venturing into this story anymore. I do not care. So yeah, and not to mention that they're basically the same person. Just one is very, very super spoiled, and the other one is also kind of super spoiled, but is a little more mature as far as like real world things. But other than that, they're the same person. And then here I was watching Rurouni Kenshin again, continuing on with the series. I'm not sure if this was the last one that I watched or what, but yeah. And then my sister and the dog came home to visit, so then on the 26th, I was trying to doctor my computer. This was when I had my other computer, and it was a hassle. It was like taking forever to do the smallest task. It would take hours, and it was annoying me so bad. So make a note of that. We had like a crab boil at the end of the night. And see, the dog is very keen here. She's waiting for some scraps, which she wasn't getting. So hopefully somebody gave her a treat. And this is us just sitting there eating. And then here I just ended up getting a new wallet and kept the tags and stuff. So yeah, this was the 31st. And then my faves for April, of course, One Piece, Rurouni Kenshin 3. I really like this one. It was good. And then Destined With You. It was so cute. It's such a cute K-drama. And I have been on a K-drama roll kick since, so that's kicked off in May. My entire watch list is African Queens Njinga. That was so good, so informative. One Piece, Monkey Man, Ripley. Ripley was the most boring show ever in life. Alex Rider, Avengers, Infinity War, Avengers Endgame, Rurouni Kenshin 2, A Gentleman in Moscow, Black Panther, Rurouni Kenshin 3, The Ultimatum, South Africa. That was, listen, the drama on this, oh, it was, woof, child, the drama. Destined With You, Under the Bridge. And what I was listening to was basically Kendrick Lamar, Not Like Us, because it was the moment, okay? It was the moment. Books that I ended up reading was Forget Me Not by Julie Soto. Do not understand people. I don't understand why people like that book. I just really do not. It didn't do it for me, like in the slightest. Hook, Line, and Sinker, Tessa Bailey, whatever her name is. Behind the Net by Stephanie Archer. Also not good. Also don't understand the hype of that. So The True Love Experiment, loved this so much. It was such a good book. So I'm looking forward to reading more by Christina Lauren. And the meme dumps for this page is, when I speak of perception, I'm referring to the internalized recognition that anxiety you feel, the weakness and limitations it makes you feel, is all for a purpose. And that purpose is the experiencing of scripture within yourself. And it says you can't hate yourself into the person you want to be. And this one says everything that you're, or everything that you are, is enough. And then moving on to June entries is not a lot. So yeah, this is where I pretty much stop. And I was continuing on watching K-dramas, and I was watching See You in My 19th Life. Love this so much. I tend to gravitate more or like more the ones that incorporate some form of reincarnation and like destiny, fated mates type of situations. So really, or like past lives. Really enjoyed this one. And then I did this method that I saw done by, God, I'm sorry, I can't remember. But I do have a process video, so if you're looking to know who it was, I'm pretty sure I remembered in my process video. And I will put it in a card above. And then here I had a couple appointments, it looks like, yeah. So it was either hematology or nephrology, considering this building. And then I had to go to the dentist. And then I started watching My King's Affection, which is funny because I actually started watching this some other time, not knowing, but I only watched one episode. And so I restarted it, or watched it from episode 2 on. So yeah. So I actually did kind of dip my toe in K-drama and didn't stay there for very long until I started the other one. So yeah. Anyway, I did finish that one. And then on the 9th, I was watching the final season of Sweet Tooth, which is the 3rd season, if I'm not mistaken. And I was like looking at this boy, I was like, God, why does he look so familiar? And he played little Sanji in One Piece. And I was like, oh, okay. And then I ended up watching The Book of Clarence with Lakeith Stanfield. I love him so much. He is a great actor. And the movie was pretty good. I mean, it was okay. It wasn't like anything to write home to your mom about, but it was pretty good. And then, of course, and this is when I finally ended up getting paying for Crunchyroll, and I could continue the journey with the One Piece after the time skip. And you guys do not understand the absolute joy that I felt being able to continue the story and go on the adventures with the One Piece characters after the time skip, because I had been wanting to know what happened, how we got back together, all that kind of stuff, and it just filled me with such joy. I was so happy. So I was just reveling in being able to do that. Loved it so much. And then here, I think I had to go to the DMV, something with the titles and changing stuff over and blah 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 for my car, getting that settled. I have been watching King the Land, which is one of the K-dramas that I really ended up loving. And there's this one song in there that I hear it all the time. And when I see TikToks of like K-drama suggestions, they usually use that song in the background, and it just takes me back. Such a good one. So if you not watch K-dramas, try King the Land. It's so good. And then we had a yard sale on the 15th. And I do believe this is my last entry in this journal. So yeah, that is it. That does it for me in this one. So if you have any comments or questions about anything, please leave those below. I trust that you all have been safe and well. If you enjoyed this content, please consider liking, subscribing, and sharing. And I'll catch you all in the next video. Bye.